You don't wait for motivation by accident. It feels like the missing piece. You tell yourself you'll start when you feel ready, when you have the energy, when the motivation finally shows up. But it doesn't. So the task stays there. You think about it, plan it, maybe even feel guilty about it, but you don't begin. And the longer you wait, the heavier it feels. Because now it's not just the task, it's the pressure of not doing it. And that makes it even harder to start. Here's the shift. Motivation isn't what gets you moving. It's what shows up after you've already started. But most people have that backwards. They wait for the feeling first, for the spark, for the moment where everything clicks. But that moment is unreliable, because your brain isn't designed to generate motivation on demand. It's designed to conserve energy, to avoid effort unless there's a clear reason to act. So when something feels uncertain or difficult or unclear, your brain doesn't push you towards it. It holds you back, saves energy, waits. And that feels like a lack of motivation, but it's actually protection. There's also something deeper underneath it. When a task matters, it carries weight, expectation, pressure, the possibility of getting it wrong. And your brain picks up on that. So it creates resistance. Not because you don't want to do it, but because part of you wants to avoid the discomfort that comes with it. And waiting for motivation becomes a way of delaying that discomfort. Because if you don't feel ready, you don't have to start yet. But that keeps you stuck. Because readiness doesn't come first, action does. Even small action. Because once you begin, something changes. The task becomes clearer. The uncertainty reduces. Your brain sees that it's manageable. And that creates momentum, which then feels like motivation. But it didn't come from nowhere. It came from movement. There's also the role of how big the task feels. If something feels too large, too overwhelming, your brain pushes back. It avoids it. But when you make it smaller, just one step, it becomes easier to approach, less threatening, more doable. So the shift isn't about waiting to feel motivated. It's about lowering the barrier to starting, making it small enough to begin, even when you don't feel like it. Because motivation isn't the starting point, it's the result. And maybe that's the truth. You don't struggle because you lack motivation. You struggle because you've been waiting for a feeling that only comes after you move. And once you understand that, you stop waiting and start, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, because that's what actually gets things going.